What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Observe and Proceed, where I react to police chases and current events and all type of stuff on the internet. And today I have, unfortunately, sad news, and it's finally happened. Actually, I'm sure it's happened in the past, but since I started the channel, someone has passed away from trying to evade the police here in LA. And it's really sad. It's actually very sad, and maybe it's a wake-up call to everyone that thinks they can just do this type of stuff. Because this has been happening a lot lately, a lot more than usual. We used to get them like once a week, but it feels like every day there's a chase here. And it's just really sad. Let's get into it, though.
The play-by-play right now on Live Now from Fox. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is actually right by where I stay at.
The suspect is going to do next. That U-turn happening. And again, we say so many times during these situations, stay with us here because you just don't know what the suspect is going to do.
Granada Hills, I'm
Obviously, it's a wild car driver already engaging with police. They obviously do not want to stop here, and this is going to continue to play out, and
yeah,
we
this
will
is right
feature
by where I
it for
stay
you
at.
right here on Live Now from Fox.
118.
High rate of speed right now, so this is always the scary part when we see a suspect weaving in and out of lanes, but you can see just how fast that this is going right now. Is really
the
the
chopper
helicopter
can't
had
even keep
to
up with
switch
him,
up
huh?
their shot super fast because of the situation. All right, let's go out to our partners, Fox 11 in Los Angeles.
This is national TV. That's how big this chase was. This happened a few days ago, but this was on national TV. This wasn't local.
On the air, let's listen in on Live Now.
And of course, the Fox 11 is mute. They had audio issues, and I told you the one.
What's the cross? Some of the exits right there that we're seeing.
Well, we're coming up on the 405 right now. We got
this is actually a chase where I could actually
you know,
been on the road right here.
You know, North Valley, definitely going to be Granada Hills, North Valley. But you can see those speeds. Look at that, 117 miles an hour. Now, a lot of these vehicles, especially these newer ones like that, they have limiters set up for, you know, the computer. They're just not going to let that car drive that fast. But if this person does any kind of, just even bumps into something right now at these high speeds, that could be very tragic for that driver and anybody else that may be in the vehicle. I am sort of trying to listen to what California Highway Patrol is talking about. Haven't heard about anything but the driver. But again, California Highway Patrol in active pursuit this morning, still on the 118. We're going to start running out of 118. We'll have a choice out here, the 210 and or the 5. I also know that TOC, if we were going to stay on the 210, TOC is our technical people. We might have to start switching up some mountaintops. But right now, still continuing. Now in the emergency lane, speeds in the triple digits. This car really moving out. California Highway Patrol doing what they can to keep the public safe.
Well, you know, it is kind of like a Friday light situation, you could say, on the freeway, which is giving this person the ability to drive erratically, maneuver in and out of those lanes, and go at a high rate of speed, which obviously is very dangerous. But because there's lack of traffic, that individual is able to drive this way.
Well, you know, lack of traffic, that's one of those plus and minuses, like you said. It's giving this person that ability to go a lot faster. Also, the people that are driving, they're not expecting somebody to come up on them that quickly and or change lanes in front of them that quickly. So this is, you know, makes it a little bit more dangerous for the public. California Highway Patrol, they are still, I believe they are still in the background there, at least trying to warn the public. But that vehicle's still moving along at a very, very quick clip. I know the helicopter is still here following it, and of course Skyfox is going to keep an eye on it as well. But you know what, when I did that wide shot, I did not see any of those California Highway Patrol vehicles. So maybe they have backed off, giving this Now I'm getting confirmation. I'm being corrected. They are still in pursuit, and that's really a big positive. At least, again, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm just a guy in a helicopter. That it at least is warning the public that something is going on. Running through that gore point right there. This guy's still moving at a very fast clip.
Yeah, if you could put up the speed, I know on your fancy graphics that you have there with the streets that could identify what we're looking at right here. It helps a lot in terms of following where this vehicle is going. We should say that it started as a pursuit of this SUV from the Ventura County Sheriff's Office, and officers there starting all of this, and then this vehicle making its way eastbound on the 118, now over the 405, now going towards the 210, as you see. So clearly eastbound. So
this happened pretty quick.
And yeah, look at the speed there, Stu.
210's where it ends at.
Definitely, and I'm sorry about that. I thought you guys were seeing the same thing I was. My bad, my bad. But yeah, you can see it, and this is not the carpool lane. Now we're getting back over into actual traffic lanes. That was the emergency lane for the most of it. And these triple digits, at one point, I looked up, and it could be a little bit of an error. Don't get me wrong, we're not perfect, but it was coming up to 118 miles an hour. Now, I would venture to say that 115, 120, probably the limiter on a car like that. And again, that's just a factory thing. So right now, still moving along. California Highway Patrol behind it the best they can. They are being safe. That's one of the reasons why they're a little bit farther behind. Again, though, the biggest fear for us watching right now, somebody getting hurt, be it that driver and or an innocent person. Look how fast he's passing these other vehicles. And then when he does those little maneuvers where he cuts somebody off, one tiny mistake and that could be devastating. Right now, back in that emergency lane, I always say it, and I really mean it. Anytime I even go through a gore point, I wind up with nails in my tire. I'm always amazed at how these guys can drive for miles and never have any problems with their tires. But continuing on right now through that on the emergency lane, we're picking up. We are on the 210. We're going to start getting into the La Cañada area. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to keep a signal up, because it's going to be one of those spots where our microwave signal might be having a problem. But right now, though, we're keeping an eye on this pursuit. California Highway Patrol chasing him. Originally started in Simi Valley. I do know Simi Valley deputies originally were in pursuit, and then they handed it off to California Highway Patrol. Again, the original want, unknown to me at this time.
Well, actually, we're finding out some information according to CHP West Valley scanner that the original want may have been theft.
At
this point, yeah, but we're not sure. Obviously, unconfirmed, and information changes moment to moment as we watch and follow something like this occurring. But it's really the speeds that are dangerous at this point. Araxia pointed out Friday light, but soon, you're going to be dealing with more Friday traffic as conditions change out there on the roads.
A serious question. Why do people do the crime if they can't do the time, bro? Like, that's a serious question. Do they think there's no consequences, like, for your actions? Just food for thought. Because it just makes no damn sense to me.
Well, the 210 is traditionally kind of one of those freeways. It's like, if you live in the valley, it's kind of that secret way around things. Yeah, you're going to put a little more miles on your car, but you're not going to sit in traffic for the most part. So this is going to be pretty much wide open. Now, it depends upon where he winds up, or she. If we take the two.
Uh-oh. All right, it looks like we lost signal there with Stu for a moment. We'll try to work on that as we watch this. There you see indicating where we are exactly, the 210 East and exit 11 there at Sunland Boulevard, Tahunga.
That's fine.
There you are, Stu. Okay, so we're seeing this vehicle just continue to drive erratically, pick up speeds, going very, very fast, weaving in and out of traffic. Obviously, the people who are on the road have no idea what's going on, and that's always very nerve-wracking and dangerous to see.
Definitely. And again, this is continuous. We've been climbing uphill right now, making our way. We're behind Mount Lee, and you can see that vehicle still continuing on. I wonder if that was a California Highway Patrol that he passed right there. It's just one of those ones where you just kind of wonder, what is the point? I always kind of think to myself,
what is the point?
Why is this person running?
Why?
They're not going to get away. If it's an emotional thing, maybe this is getting something out of their system, but you're putting so many people at risk.
Well, hold on. We did see them get away. You got to be smart about it, though. We seen like 2 people get away. There's one guy, I remember last year, he went into the hills somewhere, and it was dark. He was in a Charger, and man, he hid and he got away. I don't know what happened later, obviously, but he got away at that time. And then just a few weeks ago, we did a video where some guy went into downtown during the day, mind you, and the chopper couldn't find him, and he got away during the time. I don't know what happened later, though, but we've seen a couple situations where they have gotten away. But you got also one time in the airport, I remember, in the parking lot. But you got to be smart, man. This is reckless. You're not going to get away just thinking you're going to outrun the chopper. Like, yeah.
Passing at those high speeds, and then of course, you know, yourself behind the wheel. I understand that there is a little bit of a helicopter swap right now. We actually have a sheriff ship over it. We are in La Cañada. Maybe they made their way over here knowing this was coming their direction.
I always thought
but
it was
those speeds and how this person passing everybody out here in the La Cañada Tujunga area, it's a little nerve-wracking. And then those lane changes, they've been kind of sweeping right now, like you said, a little bit Friday light. He's got those opportunities to make those kind of wide turns, but sometimes he gets into those traffic situations, and even at those high speeds makes those abrupt turns. I'm worried about this vehicle colliding with somebody else on the roadway. Everybody else doing the speed limit. This person doing almost
That's the
double.
Thing. Every time you watch these live,
anytime you see a car driving
you
like that,
whizzing
by you, you kind of wonder, what the situation is. I know I take pause and wonder if it's a pursuit going by, but clearly that's the situation here. If you're driving along this freeway and you're seeing this car going by at triple digits in terms of how fast it's speeding by, really dangerous, and obviously we're having trouble with the signal right there, but we are staying on top of this pursuit of this dark SUV that started in the Simi Valley area.
Why is this frozen?
Over the scene right now. There you see it on the 210 East, passing exit 17, La Crescenta there. Obviously, this vehicle we hear is a theft suspect, wanted for some kind of a theft issue. You see how dangerous this individual is as he or she makes his or her way down the freeway there.
God.
Very close.
Why even do that?
So many vehicles. I know. It is really nerve-wracking. Just complete disregard for any rules and laws and other people's safety at this point. So, Stu, pick it up from there and tell us what else you see happening down below. We don't see the black and white vehicles or any CHP from this vantage point, but obviously they're giving this person some space because this is where it gets very dangerous when they feel as though they have nothing to lose.
You know, I'm trying to.
Oh!
Oh my gosh!
I want to show that on television. Yes.
Oh!
No!
He hit the driver's side, bro, right into that dump truck.
This is one of those ones where I don't even want to push in on that. I think the driver was ejected.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh!
He was ejected.
So they have nothing to lose.
He was ejected, bro.
You know, I'm trying to.
Is that him? No, that's part of the car. No, he wasn't. He wasn't ejected. He wasn't. Thank God. He wasn't ejected, but he went driver's side. Driver's side, straight into the court. Right there. Right there. Unfortunately, this is the sad part where he lost his life right here. He probably looked down, going at this speed. And that's all it took. Sad. Sad, bro.
Oh my gosh.
want to show that on television. Yes. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
No,
man, what do you got?
No.
What does the news think is going to happen? Like, a lot of times, these type of things happen. Not that they die or whatever, but, like, they crash. We've seen it plenty of times. Stuff happens when... And you're getting ratings. You guys know you want to show it.
This is one of those ones where I don't even want to push in on that. No. I think the driver was ejected on that collision right there. We're going to need a moment or two to actually find out exactly what happened. But definitely collided with that pickup truck. And this is what I was talking about the whole time. That type of collision. You know, if what I saw is what I saw, which I hope it's not. This has come to a very tragic ending. You can see the California Highway Patrol. I want to push in, but I don't want to put anything on air that would be offensive or, you know, that we don't want to see. But you can see California Highway Patrol still kind of close by. Maybe that was just the airbag that I saw floating around on the outside of that vehicle when that collision happened. But it definitely looked like it definitely hit on the driver's side. There is no doubt about that. And, of course, it ripped open the side of that car.
They're just standing
California
around
Highway Patrol making their way over there right now. I'm looking for some kind of acknowledgement. If I can push in a little closer, if I should stay wide. It looks like they are taking the person out of the vehicle right now. But that condition, I can't say because we can't see it. But this pursuit coming to a very tragic end out here. We're in the Pasadena area, technically 210 right by the exit 19, which I think might actually be the 2. But these are the ones that it saddens me to see that type of incident happen out there. And of course, this person probably very injured, and this pursuit coming to an end out here with a tragic collision on the 210.
That was a violent end. Miles an hour. That was a violent end to that pursuit, and you can see all the black and white, you know, patrol cars. They have the freeway pretty much blocked. At the moment, we saw the driver. The impact seemed to be only on the driver's side of the vehicle, right? And you can see that, it just ripped an entire hole through the driver's side of the vehicle and dragging some of the parts of the car along with it. And we don't know what the status of the driver is.
Seems to be that driver definitely bleeding, and in CHP, one of them, you saw him run over here to the back of that car. He actually they all have paramedic kits in there. They come across these type of accidents all the time. They do know basic and
that a pool of blood? Aid, yeah, it's a pool of blood, bro.
And with the side of this truck right here, this dump truck, that is solid steel, and and connected with that portion right there.
Look, didn't do anything.
So truck, bro. Going out it opened that car up like a can opener.
It did.
And hopefully it is, that driver will be okay. But right now, I would venture to say not okay.
I'm veer away, and
there's another news clip of what happened.
Hi, Alina.
Hi, Sam and Lou. That's right. This pursuit, nearly 50 miles, ended right here behind me. Just take a look. We are on the overpass just above the 210 eastbound freeway in La Crescenta. Now, this is right near the right nearby the exit of Ocean View Boulevard in La Crescenta. Now, as you can see, there is a tent here, and that is where the body of the driver was. A short time ago, the examiner arrived and removed the body from the scene here. At this point, we do not know the name of the suspect. He has not yet been identified, but we do have confirmation the suspect was the driver of the vehicle, a Honda CR-V. Now, as for our location, again, we are right by the 210 freeway, and it is 3 o'clock, so kids getting out of school, this is certainly adding to the traffic on this Friday. Eastbound lanes are still closed and traffic is very backed up on the other side, but slow.
Rest in peace to him, I guess. He asked for it. Really sad. At least no one else got hurt. No one else got injured.
As you can see here, they are allowing people. Just now they opened up one lane to let traffic through. But to catch you up on this story, take a look at this video. This is from around 10 this morning when all this started, following the drive.
The crash occurred when the suspect vehicle hit the back of a dump truck, at which time the driver of the vehicle lost control and the pursuit came to an end.
Yeah, we saw
opened up one lane of the 210 eastbound freeway, allowing some.
Yeah, so basically, this is what the news article I got from it. A grand theft suspect. Was it Grand Theft Auto? It's not Grand Theft Auto. He stole something. It was worth his life. Who died fleeing police on the Foothill 210 freeway in a high-speed pursuit in La Canada, Flintbridge area, identified Saturday. This happened Saturday, so it was actually a couple days ago. The medical examiner officer identified a victim, or the perpetrator in some cases, as Matthias Gatachu, 26 years old. Matthias. It doesn't sound like he's American. The high-speed pursuit of grand theft suspect wanted in Ventura County ended with a horrific crash, killing the fleeing driver. Yeah, so the officers, they started chasing him at 10:50 when that video came on in Granada, and he was wanted in Ventura. He was pronounced dead at 11:18. I'm telling you, he died on impact for sure. And it's under investigation. So yeah, I mean, my final thoughts on all of this, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure the cops are saying something mean. Glad that the truck driver didn't get hurt, bro. There shouldn't be no censorship in these type of videos, so that people see the truth. Zoom in and show others what could happen when you run from the police. So anyway, what I feel about this, bro, is yeah, man, these chases are getting out of hand. It's always, not always, but usually some young cat thinking he can get away. My whole thing is, what, bro? You're gonna do crime. You're gonna have to do the time. You're risking getting caught. And you gotta face the music, bro. You're gonna get more charges. You're gonna risk more lives. You're gonna risk your own life. Things like this could happen. You can kill other people while you're at it. All types of stuff, bro. And if you don't have a getaway plan, you're just driving like a maniac. You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot, point blank. It's not worth it. Don't do it. And we've been watching a lot of these chases. I feel like this one kind of capped it off for now. We're gonna take a break from these LA chases, especially, and we're gonna go into some other videos next time, man. This one was heavy. Sad, really. But anyway, please like, subscribe, check out my other videos. I'm just coming up. I'm gonna do a lot more stuff coming up on this channel. A lot more to come. See you guys later. Have a blessed one.